Hello, I'm Gabe Heller with yet another
Super Mario Maker!
level of my own design. Actually, if you're watching this video, something has gone horribly wrong for me, but at least it means that you're watching this video. My initial idea, since I don't own a Wii U, was to find a friend who has a Wii U with Super Mario Maker, borrow it, make a couple of levels on it, and then send out the codes to friends and YouTube celebrities in the hopes that someone else might play it, because frankly, someone else figuring out how to play my level would be far more entertaining than me. I already know how to play the level. So in any case, if you're watching this video, that means that nobody played it. Or maybe even that Nintendo deleted it for lack of interest. Or some other stupid reason. But at least it means that you're watching this video. So this is Arcade Museum. It's the first one I made. It was inspired by an idea that Martin in the Oshcast did when he made levels themed after his favorite old video games. I wanted to actually try and implement the video games as best as possible inside Mario Brothers. So this is the Galaga section of the level. I have a little note there, just so that people understand that you're shooting the space monsters, in quotes, and that these fire flowers are your extra guys. And yes, there is a lot of stuff to dodge here, but you have 5 guys, and you only have to get past 1 level, so it shouldn't be too bad. Unfortunately, there's nothing in this game that really fires upwards, so it has to be done on the diagonal, so it's you firing diagonally downwards. Oh, ow. Ow! Now that's so that you never get permanently stuck, although it is very hard because if you do take that fire flower, all the enemies reset, so then you have to get past them using just 1 life. But, you know, at the point that you're desperate enough for that, you've probably used up all of the fire flowers above. Ow! Ooh. Okay, I gotta get my extra guy. There didn't seem to be any way to make the extra guys automatic without making them infinite. I didn't want to make them infinite. I wanted it to be a challenge. In fact, that's the general idea behind all these levels. I wanted them to be challenging, but not trolly, and not, you know, not seemingly impossible. Doable, if you think about it, and if you're careful. I notice things aren't firing at me very much anymore, so I think I got most of the fire flowers. Oh, there's 1 left. There we go. It looks like... Oh! Oh, there's one of those guys. Okay. Well, I think they've still got some extra guys left. I guess I gotta jump up here and get them. There they are. Okay. Yeah, they're all gone except for those 2 guarding the door, but if you stand in the right place and bounce your things correctly, there you go, you can get rid of those 2. And now the door is open to proceed past the Galaga level. And unfortunately, for the next level, you need to be short. I was going to try and give you a costume, and I was going to try and give you a costume of Pac-Man, because this is Pac-Man! But turns out in order to get the costume of Pac-Man, you've got to play an awful lot of Super Mario Maker, a lot more than I can play inside a week. Or you have to have the amiibo, and it wasn't entirely clear whether the amiibo actually gets you anything. Kitten, stay away from the microphone. Kitten, you're distracting me. I'm going to mess up. Maybe I'm okay. So yeah, the power pellets are the stars, because that's the closest game mechanic, and the coins are coins, obviously, though there wasn't any way to make you need to get all the coins, so instead I just make sure you get all the power pellets. Oh, darn it. Too much talking, not enough playing. As I was saying, yes, the coins are the coins, stars are the power pellets, and the pink coins are the coins that you have to get in order to progress through the door. I think I might have done that wrong. I don't entirely understand how the coins and doors work. I think maybe by placing that key there, I meant that you don't actually have to play this part of the level, but I don't know, I want to play it, so I'm playing it. Yay, an extra guy. Not that that really changes anything at this point. Uh-oh. Well, there's 1 left. If I can just get it here. There we go. Okay. Now I go through the door. Kitten. Messing up the sound. Okay, there we go. And so, a blast from the past. Well, it's all a blast from the past, but a blast from before Mario Brothers even. This is Donkey Kong, with vines for ladders, and spiky blocks off to the side to make sure that you die if you fall, since you don't die if you fall in Super Mario Bros. Like you do in Donkey Kong. And stars instead of hammers. Now, in Donkey Kong, you couldn't take the hammers up to the next level. You couldn't climb a ladder with a hammer. There wasn't really any way to do that in Super Mario Bros., so it wasn't entirely faithful to Donkey Kong. This is one of my favorite games that I played a lot back in the day when other people were playing more Super Mario Bros. I didn't actually own a Nintendo at the time. I owned an Atari computer, and the game to play on the Atari computer, as far as I was concerned, was Boulder Dash. Now, Boulder Dash involved you mining away dirt, and, well, there's no real way to have dirt that you can easily mine away. Certainly not as easily as you could at Boulder Dash. But you could have, but there were things that followed the right or followed the left, so I'm using the little crawly bugs that crawl along the walls to emulate those, though they would explode. And these guys don't explode, but they do still kill you, so it's about as close as I'm gonna get. I had to rearrange this level. This is the first level from Boulder Dash, but I had to rearrange it quite a bit, because in Boulder Dash, these were just dirt barriers, and you could just bust through them just by walking. That's this part. This is the hard part. Run, jump. Yeah, try again. Run, jump. No. Run, jump, duck. Run, jump, duck. There we go. Oh, no, not quite far enough. Run, jump, duck. Nope. Run, jump, duck. There we go. And the original, there was a monster here that you could release and then blow up with a boulder, but there aren't falling boulders in this version of the game, so I replaced it with a bomb. And because you are unlikely to get the timing right the very first time, the bomb... Oh no, that's bad. Because that's where the bomb was supposed to land, and I just blew it up. So, I better kill myself here. Oh no, I've destroyed the other bomb. Now, how am I going to kill myself? Oh good, there's still gets sky left. Okay. Yay, I'm dead. Run, jump, duck. No. Run, jump, duck. Come on, run, jump, duck. Nope. I didn't duck that time. Run, jump, duck. Nope. Run, jump, duck, slide. There we go. Okay. And now we need to get our timing right on this bomb, so that it doesn't blow up the thing the bomb's supposed to land on. It does blow up the wall. No, I didn't do it. That's not the wall I meant to blow up. Now I'm gonna have a hard time jumping up here later. There we go. Kaboom! Okay, now I can get through. I just have to manage to do it before this guy comes around and kills me. Come on. Come on. Now, in Boulder Dash, you have to get a number of treasures, which I've simulated by coins. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to be in here. Am I stuck? Okay, no, I can get out. Thank goodness. Okay, yeah, so, which I've simulated by the coins, but the coins aren't necessary, like the diamonds are in the original game, so I had to make sure that you got into this area. This isn't actually an area where you can turn that wall beneath you into a magic wall that turns boulders into diamonds, but there isn't anything that approximates boulders, so I couldn't really do that. Uh-oh, that guy's coming over here. Okay. Break all the correct blocks, don't break any of the wrong blocks, and then I can go through the door. The exit on the original level was elsewhere, but like I said, it was dependent on the number of coins. And here we are at Mario Bros, which I think may have even not been, may not have been a Nintendo thing. It might have been, but this was like the first time that I personally saw Mario, not Jumpman that is, but actually Mario on my machine. I didn't own a Nintendo, but I did own a PC, and there was a game called Mario Bros, which may not have been licensed, but yeah, there's... Okay, good, I got out. There's a whole thing about simulating worlds by having copies of the world that I didn't know about. I wasn't going to copy the whole darn world that I just made, so that's why there's this back. But there we go! Course clear! It's not that hard. I think some people could have had some fun with that, but it's looking like they didn't. So you just got to see me do it.
Warning, warning, this video is almost over. Warning, warning, it's time to choose another one. This has gone on far too long, time to wake up and sing along. Warning, warning, this video is over now.